A 7-foot light stand right there in your hand. As you can tell by now, I am just obsessed with lightweight, getting travel light stands as small as possible. And so here's some more. I just can't stop. I'm obsessed with it. Obviously, the secret is to get a base, a small base, and some kind of expanding thing that expands into a pole. Now, this one here is pretty good. It's a one-piece stand. You don't have to do multiple pieces. That's this one here. See, that's all one piece. And then you just put it on a stand. The problem is when these things collapse, this one's pretty long. So that's too much for me. This is too long. All of the ones I'm going to show you today are able to hold up a 100 or a 200. And I don't use modifiers like softboxes or umbrellas much when I'm outdoors. I just use the straight light. I'm pretty happy with that. So if you do want to use a modifier, you're going to have to use a stronger light stand. But I'm talking about just traveling really inconspicuously, whipping it out, doing a photo shoot, getting it in and running away, like I did in Palm Springs. So that's what these are for. So there's two kinds of mounting here. One is I don't use the bracket that they come with. I use ball heads because these things are so light. Unless you're using an umbrella or something, you don't need anything bigger than a ball head. And so you've got your shaft and your base. And there's several models of bases. This is an AOCA 15.7. This is actually a full tripod. It comes with a stand on top of it. But I just don't use the stand. I use that as an extension rod, but I use the base. So you've got your 25-inch and your 15-inch AOCA. These are carbon fiber. They weigh nothing. And another option is a TF19 base. So these are the three bases that I use the most. This is what I used in Palm Springs with my little tiny handbag. Here's the base, and here's the three pieces. Each one of these three pieces goes into a shaft, and I put three of those together, and I have my 7-foot pole. All of the ones I'm showing you are at least 7 feet. So this is what one I had in Palm Springs, and this is very compact, but I'm going to show you some other ones today that are just like this. So let's start with this one here. It has a base very similar. This is by Neewer. It's a TP13. It's a little less expensive. It's $57. The AOCA 15.7 is $80, and this one is $90. It sounds like a lot, but remember, you're not just getting the base, you're getting the shaft and the head that goes on top. I just use the bases. But once you've got them, it's worth it. So here we go. We've got a Neewer. This is a TP15 base. The shaft, which is a Vrig TP13, it's nice and short. It expands to here, right here. And then the rest of this is the cool part, is a flexi rod, extension rod. And you screw that on top, and you have this. Now, when this is set up, you don't need a ball head, because if you want to make your light point down, you just tilt your light however you want. That's so cool, because you don't need a ball head then. This whole thing collapses down to this. Really lightweight, really small. So that's that one there. There's different choices of bases. There's the little base, and then there's the bigger one. This is the 15.7 inch. This is the 25 inch. This one obviously expands bigger, so you can get the pole high. This is the same pole. This one goes up to here instead of here. So in this case, I don't need as long of an extension rod. Here, I'm just using a ball head, and the thing that it's on, this is funny. I mean, you guys laughed at this at the last video when I showed this, but when your thing is this tall, you don't need that much. I mean, this is the right height for a light. All I'm using is this. This is my little extension rod. So this gets me to the exact height that I want. And remember, this base here has multiple positions. This is a wide, sturdy base. If it's not windy or you're pretty confident everything's gonna be okay, you can make this a little narrower. Now your thing is much higher. So with the angle of the feet and this little tiny extension up here, which I got on eBay, you're way up there. And remember, this shaft, which is the bulk of this light stand, is only this. This is a Vrig TP13. I've got like 10 of these. These things are great. So that's the next one up. All right, now here's an example of if you want to use this single tall shaft. If you're okay with this length, that's what this is. This is one shaft that collapses down to this. I'm using the big AOCA wide base, and I have an AD200 on there. It will flex a little bit because of what it is, but it'll hold the light up. That's the main thing. Can it hold the light up in the air at that height? And that goes down to that length and has a ball head on it. And here's the base. I still haven't gotten to the fun thing that created this video. I've got a new thing that's really cool. It doesn't require a ball head or anything. Here's another setup. Remember I told you the Aoka 15-inch legs come with a little shaft? That's this thing here. It's a little extension rod, then goes on here. It's a mini tripod, and then it has a head that goes on there. So I just use this as an extension rod. So I can use my TP13 on a base. Let's use the Kulahata TF19. It has a second shaft that comes out. So you have a nice sturdy base here. You plug your TF13 into that, and the height that you get is this, which is not that high, but that's what this little thing comes in for. Now, you put that on there, and now you're getting above eye level, which is great. And again, remember, you can change the angle of this to be like that. So now, it is, with a ball head, the perfect height for a light stand. Now that collapses down to this. So that's pretty good. All right, now we get to the fun thing that I wanted to, my new discovery here. I've had this for 15 years. This thing is so old. It's a little selfie stick. It's by Ion. It's 19-inch. I didn't think much of it. It's really lightweight. I can use it sometimes when I'm doing a walk and talk. This head here is really tough. I mean, it's not flimsy at all. You screw this thing on there. This is so tough, it stays in that position. I mean, it's not bending or anything. So you bend this and whatever. Now, it has a 1/4-20 thread on the bottom. So let's get a Aoka 15-inch, expand this thing all the way up. All right, that goes up to here. And now this takes it to way up there. The perfect height for a light. It's not the bigger stand. And even with the lower light stand, this thing makes it go the perfect height for a light, and you don't need a ball head because this thing is really tough. So what I did is I took this foam plastic handle off. I don't need it. So now, obviously, it's more of a real extension rod. These are only 10 bucks. They still sell them on eBay. You can find them for like 10 bucks. I bought like 6 of them. So all you really need is a stand, a Vrig TP13 or something like that, and this thing on top. No ball head needed. Here's your whole light stand right there. Look at that. 7-foot light stand right there in your hand. Let's say you don't want to use a 2-part thing. You just want to have something really easy. Okay, you get your Ion thing here, and you get just a selfie stick stand. This is a selfie stand, just a basic selfie stand. Look at that. Just click, click, click. This is really fast and easy. And you put your light on your little Ion stick. There you go. Now you stick that on here. And there you go. Perfect height again. You have a selfie stick stand with my Ion little mini selfie stick, and that has the built-in head and that. So look at these. These things here are both the same height, and they collapse down to this. This is what they collapse down to. This is why I'm so excited. That's why I love this stuff. It's got the built-in ball head. It weighs nothing. And it collapses down to that. I got one thing left here. This super long selfie stand. Look how tall that thing is. It goes even taller than that, but I couldn't go all the way because you wouldn't see it. But here I'm using the TF19 stand, as you can see. And this thing expands. Look how tall that is. That is super tall. I'm going to unscrew this one for a second so you can see what it is. Now this is not a super short one. When it collapses down, it collapses down to that. That's not very short. But if you want something really long, this thing is pretty strong. You open it up and then you turn it and it clicks into place. And so here, in this case, I used this base here. So here's the piece. Now it comes with a GoPro mount on it, you know, like that. It comes with one of those. So you can use that to mount, you know, because it's a 1/4-20. You can do that, Or in the case of this thing here, if you want to use your standard bracket that comes with your flash, I cut it off here above the plastic and then trimmed it down. See, you still got the black piece on there. So now that can fit your standard bracket if you want to do it that way. So if you want something really long, there's that, but that's too long for me. I like having something like this in my hand when I travel. This is, I mean, think about it. This is a 7+ foot light stand. That is so cool. This is so lightweight. It's unbelievable. So I really like the Vrig TP13. That's this thing here. Or the one that I showed you in Palm Springs. This is even shorter. You can see the size difference. Obviously, this one expands a lot longer than this one. The thing about this one is it actually clicks into place and it'll hold more weight than this one will. So this one's longer, but this one holds more weight. So you can put 3 of these together to get the same height, or you can use one of these. But if you're using a 100, you know, just an AD100, it'll definitely hold that. And of course, these are not for holding umbrellas or softboxes. These are just for holding the light, which is what I do. When I go traveling, I just use the raw light. So these are perfect for me. I'll put links to whatever I have down below. But this thing here just tickled me this week. Just a basic little... What the secret here is, because most of the selfie sticks nowadays, they have the cell phone mount on it, not the 1/4-20 anymore, because now everybody's using cell phone. This is from the old days when people were still using pocket cameras for selfies. So this is actually kind of a rare thing, but you can still find some of them on eBay, and that's how small it goes, and you can mount your thing on there. I'm going to give away a couple things real quick. I'm going to give away this stand here, which I showed previously in a video. It's pretty big. Pretty cool. It's heavy duty. This thing is pretty good. I don't know what brand it is, but it goes in different angles, obviously. The head turns. It's determined by how turning this head. Now, here's the interesting thing. I don't know if you remember. It has a 3/8 inch thread, but then if you screw down a 1/4-20, the 3/8 recesses down and allows, there's a 1/4-20 hidden underneath there. That's kind of cool. So you can make this thing go straight out like this. So it's flat, or you can make it at an angle, obviously, like that, and then you turn it. So I will give this away. This is the blue, I call it the blue base. All right, then I've got these. I'm going to give all 4 of these away to one person. This is a Tellison G2 carbon fiber. They go up to 118 inches. This is ridiculous, how long these things go. This is the thinnest carbon fiber ever, and it goes so long. It's just, I don't like it because you have to fully extend the pieces before you can lock it in place. You can't go like, oh, actually it goes even longer than that. You can't go halfway and try to lock it so it spins. You have to go all the way and lock it. So you don't have that much control of the length, but it is super long and super lightweight. Has a 1/4-20 on each end. And, there's several versions of it. I've got one by, this is whatever this is, I don't know. It's different companies making the same thing. So I have 4 of those, one of these, and I also have this thing here. I got more of these things. I don't know if you remember this. These are the cell phone clips that go on the end of selfie sticks that you mount on a GoPro mount. It has little lights in here. You push it with a pen and they turn on and they're rechargeable. You can change the temperature or the brightness for taking selfies, stuff like that, or whatever it is you want a little light for. I got 4 of these and 4 little clicky camera remote. So that's just one package there. So I'll do that. And two things that weren't claimed in the last giveaway. So they're available again. There's the Ulanzi stand, expanding stand. I'll put that in there again. And I also have a shorter, more lightweight Ulanzi. This is a TP13. And it's another one just like that. You open it up like this. You pull it longer. And the length is like that. This is for putting like GoPros or cell phone or something for filming yourself. So this is really lightweight, really good. And then for collapsing, you just go like this and it's a little lightsaber. Okay, so this is a TP03 Ulanzi. And if you like my expanding pole thing from the video, here's a shorter version. This is also Ulanzi. This is an MT57. expanding thing. And also the underwater selfie extreme. This is a really rugged selfie stick, really well made. All right, moving on, we've got some tripods. The fun never ends, does it? All right, here we have a Sunpack F858 DLX. This is what it's like when it's expanded. It's a good height. It's very lightweight. That's why I got it. And so here we go. This is a Sunpack tripod. Here we have a National Geographic tripod. This is really stylish because it has a yellow flip lock on here. A stylish yellow flip lock. National Geographic. And here we have a really high quality ProMaster XCM 525C. This is carbon fiber. It weighs 3 pounds, which is too heavy for me. And this is what it collapses down to. I'm getting rid of it because this is too wide and big for me for a collapsed tripod. For most people, this is totally fine. It's 3 pounds is too heavy for me, but this is carbon fiber. It's tall, and it is what it is. These ones are a lot lighter. So don't just go for the most expensive thing. Go for the thing that's right for you. I personally like the lighter ones. These ones are much lighter. This is really light. This one's pretty good. So, you know, if you like lightweight stuff, and you can put full frame cameras on here too. You know, it has the quick release plates and everything. So that's my thing for today. I really love small portable stuff. I love playing. I love sharing it with you, my findings, because I think some of you enjoy things like this too. So I will see you in the next video. Until then, have a good day. Bye-bye.